Hello, everyone. This is your girl, Jenna. And today, we're going to talk about. Oh, I need you to put my link tree up. It's not.
Okay.
We're going to talk about the subject that no woman should smell like fish. That's just unacceptable. That is the name of the video. Unfortunately, I couldn't mention people because because of the title, I didn't want people to feel like I was being disrespectful. If you mention people and then you have such a title, they'll be like, "Excuse me."
I know.
They'll think it's to them when it's really me just mentioning. So I couldn't mention people, but if you're coming in, obviously you are interested in this content. And so that's what we're going to do. If you are brand new, please put up a number, 81. If you are a regular, please put up a 100. I placed this in my relationships group called The Real About Relationships. Okay, you guys can actually search that on this platform, The Real About Relationships. And I did put that up. And, some people did take offense, and usually when people take offense to it, it's usually something personal, and I get it, but I had to put it up because I feel like a lot of women feel like that is normal to have an odor. So to the people that are here, first and foremost, hello, and please say hello back. Please stop being rude. If you see somebody of my caliber, and my caliber is this: I'm professional, I'm speaking right to you, I'm urging you to talk. Don't be shy, okay? Because I'm not being shy with you. I'm not elitist. I'm not getting comments and not responding to them. So please say hello. Support someone like myself who actually values comments. Because don't you just like when people have like a whole bunch of comments coming up their screen and they're just ignoring them, or they'll pick and choose who they want to read? Like they're spoiled. Those people are spoiled. They have thousands of people watching them. They're like, whatever, it doesn't matter. Am I hating? Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Okay. So, yes. I feel like women feel like, unfortunately, that thank you so much for that donation. May it come back to you threefold. That's how it works. When you give to others in a good heart, it comes back to you. So don't, like some people, sometimes I'm like, oh, why am I doing this? But it always comes back to me in one shape, form, or fashion. I am helping somebody. It doesn't matter. So do you guys feel like a woman should have an odor? And by odor, I mean any type of odor. Yes or no? Yes or no? Can you guys hear me? Am I talking too loud or am I talking too low? Am I coming through like, let me know. Because the thing about it is when you live stream, you don't know what the other people are hearing or seeing. So if I'm coming through clearly, and if you can hear me very clearly, go ahead and hit those heart buttons, because I don't feel like wasting my time on this video if you guys can't hear me. Okay? It is what it is. Thank you so much, guys, and I hope that comes to you threefold. Okay? Threefold. When you guys donate, I pray that it comes right back to you, because when you give to good soil, it'll come back. Now, if you're giving to people who ain't right, it ain't going to come back to you, baby. It just doesn't work that way. You want to plant your seeds on fertile soil. That's what you want to do. Thank you so much for those donations. I appreciate you so much. Okay? You don't know what that means to me, girl. You don't. Okay, so do you guys think that a woman should have an odor? Am I getting some yeses and nos? Am I getting some X's and O's? What? Every person has an odor. Honey, you didn't even spell odor. You said order. There's no word. Okay? All right. So obviously that person definitely needs this video. Okay? Because your girl does not have an odor. And I don't mean that in any disrespect, but the fact that you said everybody should have an odor tells me that you have one. Okay? So you came across this video in time, guys. Okay? All right. So let me let you know this. Lord, cover me. I don't wear any deodorant. Not at all. Now, did I say I don't sweat? I sweat. But I don't have an odor. I haven't, you know, I haven't worn antiperspirant in years. Antiperspirant and deodorant are two different things, by the way. A lot of people don't understand that. You want Jenna to explain to you the difference between antiperspirant and deodorant? If so, I need you guys right now to hit for all the shy people, because I know everybody not going to type. So I'm going to go ahead and tell y'all to hit the darn buttons since they're there. Hit the yellow buttons, the happy buttons, if you want me to explain to you the difference between antiperspirant, because your mama ain't tell you, because I know mine didn't, and I had two, okay? And neither one of them told me this, okay? So I know that when you guys watch my videos, I'm going to tell you something your mama didn't tell you, okay? Do you want me to tell you the difference between antiperspirant and deodorant? If so, hit the happy buttons right now. I said happy buttons, not the wow buttons. Or the care buttons. Darn, y'all, just 3 yellow buttons. I didn't know that. Okay, hit those happy buttons. Don't you hit the happy buttons, husband. Let them hit it. Because he be sending me stuff to make me happy, because don't nobody want to be in here really saying nothing. So he'll be sending comments and hitting heart buttons and stuff. I don't need his support. I got his support forever in Jesus' name. I need y'all support. All right, so the difference is antiperspirant is to, let's break the word down. Anti means to not do. Perspire, perspirant is to sweat. So antiperspirant blocks your lymph nodes from basically producing, or your sebaceous glands, or, you know, from sediferous glands, guys. Y'all can Google all of this. This is really serious stuff. It blocks you from basically sweating. That is not good. So I know everybody that's in here right now thinks that you smell good when you really don't. What you're doing is you are keeping your body from detoxing. And don't everybody want to know how to detox? Who in here does not want to know how to detox? Nobody. Everybody wants to know how to detox, because people are basically throwing that word around like it's nothing. So you are basically putting this antiperspirant under your axillary, which is your armpits, which is called the axillary. Hello, hello. And so when you're placing these darn antiperspirants, which has aluminum in it, which is a huge causer for memory loss and dementia. Don't ask me how I know it. Yeah, look it up. Aluminum. Aluminum is in your deodorants. It doesn't matter what brand, unless it says it doesn't have aluminum in it, more than likely it has aluminum. It has parabens in it. Parabens is horrible. It actually mimics estrogen in the body. So you're putting this, ladies, right here. And what is this? What is your armpit right next to? You guys type it up. I can't say it, because this has got to be kid-friendly. But you guys can type it. What is it right next to? And then unless I see one person type it up, I'm going to get up off this camera, because I'm not on here for me, because I already know the information. This information is for you, okay? What is your armpit right next to? I just need one person to type it up.
Wow. Yeah, that's serious.
Hallelujah, I got at least one. Okay, hello, hello. Y'all can say it, but I can't. So it's right next to that, right? And then we wonder why we have so many problems today, right? Another thing, ladies, stop putting your cell phones. I have to say this. I've been saying this since 2007, since cell phones been bumping and jumping. Please stop putting your cell phones in your pocket right next to that area that everyone is going and typing. Don't do that. In fact, they said that one woman went to get her test. I can't say these words, guys. I'm so sorry. But she went and got her test, and there was a shape, like the shape of the mass that was in that word that you guys are typing up, was in the shape of a cell phone. Don't know who that's for, but I know I just saved somebody's life. I know somebody's probably watching this video, And, oh yeah, because y'all be putting it in your brassiere. Stop doing that. Your brassiere is not a pocket. Okay? What you're doing is you're putting straight radiation right there. And you're causing problems. Okay? So don't do that. I don't know who that was for, but if that was for somebody, type me. Okay? Type me. Okay, so yes, antiperspirant, it's not good. Okay? I stopped wearing it in 2010. Okay? What year is it now? You guys type it up, because I don't know what year it is. I don't know what year it is. Woo! That's why you're not supposed to wear deodorant or antiperspirant, because it makes you, you know, lose your mind, lose your memory. Okay, what year is it, guys? Please let me know. Okay, so I stopped in 2010 with the antiperspirants, and then I started doing regular deodorant. Now, deodorant is just that. Usually deodorant is just to deodorize the area. I use the brand called Tom's. Hello, T-O-M-S, Tom's, okay? And it says no aluminum, no parabens. That's what it says. I stopped that too, because your girl don't have an odor anymore. Why? Because I take a lot of stuff. I'm figuring out why, because I'm taking so much, like, things to kill bacteria, which is the major root cause of why you have odors anyway. So to the person who said that the body does have an odor, it sure does. If it's dirty, if you're filthy, if you're eating a lot of filthy things, then what you basically give out is going to smell horrible. Thank you so much for that donation. I pray that it comes to you threefold. Threefold, meaning 3 times. Okay? When you give out in a good heart, it does that. Okay, so, okay. Thank you so much, ma'am. They just keep coming up, girl. She's taking me over my swing. Okay. You make me blush. It's not hard to make me blush. Okay. Thank you so much. Guys, stop with the deodorants. The antiperspirants. Now, you can't jump to where I've been. I've been for 10 years. Now, when you stop antiperspirants, I'm going to tell you right now, you're going to like, Jenna, I don't like you. Because some odors are going to come out of you, girl. They're going to be kicking you in the face like Bruce Lee. And we all know who Bruce Lee is, right? Or was, or whatever. We love Bruce Lee. But that man could kick, couldn't he? Well, honey, you going to kick, baby. You going to kick. It's going to kick. You going to have sweat. You going to smell. It is what it is. Do it. Look, do it on the weekends. I am a person who's been working for herself for a long time. I remember one time I was in the hair game, and I was talking to the owner of the hair salon in which I worked at, and I said, you know what? I'm having problems getting clients. Like, I get the clients, but they don't stay. And she said, it's probably because you smell like garlic. And I do. I say garlic, but I do. I'm not going to sit here and lie to you, because garlic helps against bacteria. I was like, oh, word? Oh, okay. Well, one thing about this is I had to learn to take garlic and lemon together. That way, the lemon and garlic mix, I won't smell. So I'm going to tell you guys to start eating garlic. And when I say garlic, I'm not talking about garlic powder. I'm not talking about garlic pills. I'm talking about the real, actual garlic that you get from your grocery store. You're going to go ahead and eat that like it's a piece of cake. Just eat it, chew it up. Have something on your stomach, though, guys, because it will hurt your stomach. Don't do it on an empty stomach. And then you're going to have some fresh lemon. You're going to put some fresh lemon in 8 ounces of water, and you're going to drink it back. And then you won't smell like garlic. But that's what I do. I do garlic. I do oregano oil. And this is the things that I've been taking. I also take probiotics. I don't do the dairy, so don't even get into that. And that's what I do so I don't have odors. So when I do sweat, I'm sweating now. Okay? Because I don't have my air conditioning on, and I have this bright light in my face, and my husband's over there, and he makes me hot as heck. He really does. At 40, I still am hot for him. Yes, I am. And I'm sweating. But it doesn't have any odor. And I'm thankful for that. And it basically tells me that I am eating clean. I don't do dairy. I don't do red meat. I don't do pork. I don't do things that are going to clog me up. I also make sure that I am regular. I am very regular, guys. I don't know. I talk to women who don't go to the bathroom but once a week. You're going to have an odor, because the thing about it is the odor that comes from down yonder, I'm going to call it down yonder. Yes, that's what the people from, where is that place called? The kangaroos are there.
Oh, Australia.
Australia, right? Okay, so the place down yonder smells only because probably it's coming from your digestive area. Somebody go ahead and type that up. Digestion.
Yeah, those kangaroos
Okay,
are serious.
somebody in here is typing a lot.
Those
I'm gonna need my glasses. Can I get my
Yeah,
glasses?
those kangaroos are serious.
Somebody in here is typing. Let me see. Yeah, they are.
Have you seen those kangaroos box?
Hold on. I am not ignoring you guys. I'm just on my what they would call James Bond bounce. Each individual is different. I'm not musty, smell. Yeah, each individual is different. Nope. Thank you. Not in the arena that I'm talking about. You know, a lot of us promote that we're different. But guess what? We are the same in so many ways. And I think the reason why people promote that we're all different is to make it more difficult to find the many things that we have in common. And so what I'm talking about, digestion, we all have that. It doesn't matter what culture you are. It doesn't matter where you come from. We all have digestion. And digestion issues, you know, foods that causes digestion issues are going to cause odors for everybody. It doesn't matter who you are, what age you are, what gender you are. It doesn't matter. So no, I like to promote that a lot of us have things in common. I mean, how else am I able to do this if everyone was different? Oh my gosh, if I came from that platform of everyone's different, I wouldn't have a leg to stand on, would I?
No.
More than likely, if you eat dairy, you have an odor. If you eat dairy every day, if you eat cheese every day, if you eat red meat every day, if you eat pork, I know you have an odor at least during your cycle. At least during when you are menstruating. I don't even know if people know the difference between menstruating and menstrual cycle. I don't even know if y'all know the difference between the V and the outside part. Do you know, they don't educate us on any of this. Your mama didn't do it because your mama's mama didn't do it. You feel me? Like, we don't know how things are. They're telling women, oh, you're not supposed to place soap in the V. But the V is inside. The outside, honey, needs a lot of attention. Because the thing about it, soap doesn't work. Soap does not rinse, like, it doesn't take away the odors because the odors come from internal. So that's why you can go ahead and take a shower, you can wash up and everything's straight. But then once you start to flowing and going again, the smell is back because you didn't get the inside. And so that's why women try to irrigate themselves and things like that, which I don't promote. You get what I'm saying? Does anybody have any questions? Oh, my goodness.
All right, what's going on?
Anybody have any questions? Okay, so somebody says they have a, look guys, let me let you know what I do. So I am a holistic practitioner. I have a website that's pinned. And if you would like more support on this subject or any other subject, this is not just the people who have issues with odors. No. But if you need assistance, please join the group. It is $40 for 1 year. Okay? And we're going to deal with whatever you're talking about holistically. So somebody said, how do you take your oregano oil? First and foremost, guys, this video is not to tell you to take anything. I cannot tell anybody in here to take oregano oil. I said what I take. And so I can't suggest anything to anybody unless I know you personally, meaning you become a client and then I can talk to you. I would never tell anybody what to take on here. Why? Because everything that I do is for my condition. And so the only way I can learn what to tell you is by doing a consultation. Okay? So we are all the same, but yet we are different. And my condition is different. My lifestyle is different. You know what I mean? Like if you have straight BV, honey, oregano oil is not going to help you. You need something else. I mean, it's going to help after the BV has been solved. But if you have a fishy odor, honey, oregano oil is not going to help. You're going to need something different. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm in a position now in my life where things are going great, meaning I don't have an odor. Thank you, God. I have to cover that. Anything that you do well in your life, cover it in Jesus' name. You got to say, in Jesus' name, I don't have an odor. In Jesus' name, I don't have heavy cycles. In Jesus' name, I'm not overweight. Because as soon as you feel like you don't have those things because of yourself, that's when everything messes up. Understand who the real maker is, and that's God. All right, so with that being said, I'm on a light regimen. I mean, I don't eat sugar. If you eat a lot of sugar, ma'am, oregano oil is not going to work. In fact, holistic anything is not going to necessarily work for people who are out there eating everything that I'm saying not to eat, but yet you think oregano oil is going to help you. No, that's just not how it works. Did I explain that correctly? You know?
Yeah, you did.
You look puzzled.
Oh, no, I'm just looking at the chat. That's all.
What do they say?
Well, someone, I don't know what brand or what concentration that they're using, but they're saying it was pretty strong for the oregano.
What was pretty strong?
The oregano. Because it shouldn't do that.
I have it because I won't use it because it burns, but I want to know, do I need to mix it?
Or something?
Oh, well, yeah. See, this is the thing. Become a client. Because you're going to go out right now and you're going to buy something that's probably almost $40, right? I can sit here and just belt off everything I take, and you're going to go ahead and write it and go out there and pay $40, right? Why don't you pay your $40 so I can actually talk to you privately and actually see why you're taking oregano oil in the first place? So you want me to give you an answer, but I don't know your whole story. So if I give you the answer, it would not be sound. That's not the type of holistic practitioner I am, Because my product, to be honest, my product that I'm here, I'm a service girl. So I'm giving a service. I'm not just selling you products. People who are selling you products, they just want to sell you products. They don't care who you are. It is what it is. So I'm keeping it real. My service is basically, I will tell you how to take things and suggest to you rather what to do, and even if oregano oil is for you. I don't know why you're taking it, nor is it my business on this platform. Please don't type it. Okay? I want to talk to you privately. It's no one's business what you're going through. You know what I mean? Only your holistic practitioner or your practitioner, or your doctor should know your business, She knows so much about the body because she has a body. What does that mean?
Definitely.
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean? Huh? I don't get it. I want to laugh too. I don't get it.
Oh, you serious?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, someone asked, how do you know so much about the body?
How do I know? Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna give God his due.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give him his due. I'm gonna say this. The reason why I know a lot of things is because God placed in me all of these issues in me, and I didn't just want to solve them the traditional way. And so I think in the beginning of this video, or I've said it before, that what sparked me to do holistic life is my own issues that I've had over the years since I was 20. You get what I'm saying? I'm 40 now. Lord. That's a long time, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So then I said, you know what? A lot of people don't know about this type of lifestyle. And so the Lord put a seed in me to grow. And then my husband's like that too. When I met him a long, long, long time ago, back in 2002, he was into that stuff too. He had a lifetime membership to Bally's. It was Bally's back in the day. It's what is it? LA Fitness now.
Yeah.
And so he just got me with a husband like that, and we feed each other, and then boom, I'm on here today. But I also study. I study my craft, and things like that. And then I meet people on social media that makes me want to do this even more and things like that. So I hope that answers your question. Because everybody who has a body does not necessarily mean that they know about it.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to kind of like elaborate on what the young lady said, which is true. But no, everybody does not know. Just like you drive a car, you don't know how that thing works unless you're a mechanic. You don't know how it works. And so everyone doesn't study their body. I do. And so there you go. That's why I'm here.
And you've actually had nurses as clients.
Yeah. Nurses, yeah. Because the thing about it is,
it's a very stressful job.
I don't like putting down doctors. Doctors are there for a reason. If it wasn't for doctors, I don't know where we would be as a community. Doctors are there, but they're not taught nutrition. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm not lying. They really don't. They're not taught holistic. Now, if you're blessed enough to find a doctor who knows the doctor plus the holistic, you have found a gem. Because I'm sure somebody's saying, oh, my doctor is into holistic things. And that's great, but all doctors are not, because they're not required to be. You know? And nor am I a doctor. I am a holistic practitioner. So there's a difference. And there's room for both. If you had an infection right now, if you had a UTI, I can tell you how not to try not to get one once you take them antibiotics. Oh, you're going to take them antibiotics, ma'am. Because I'm not to the point where I can say, oh, you got a whole UTI, take this. No, because see, holistic is not for emergency purposes. It's really for a lifestyle. If you got BV right now, like if you're just, antibiotics after a while is not good. And that's why I'm encouraging any woman who does have BV and who does have any type of odors that's going on to take a holistic approach. Because I had one of my clients actually tell me that they tried a soap because they had an odor, and it just didn't work. And she said it didn't, her body did not change until she started putting in the practices that I had suggested. And that is the truth. That's not just a falsity. That really happened. You know what I mean? And so when she told me that, it let me know that, okay, this is really a good thing. Like, this is a good movement to do for women, because women are going around smelling awful. Like, back when I was in the public and I would use public restrooms, I would feel bad for women who leave the restroom and it smells very, very fishy in there. It's very embarrassing to smell like that. And to people who say that, oh, they smell themselves, there is a thing that's called nose blindness. After a while, you don't smell that. You don't smell yourself anymore. You don't. They get used to it, and so it's embarrassing. There's an actual disease called TAMU, TAMU, and I didn't learn about that disease until I got into this business. Someone with TAMU actually bought the membership, and she said, I have TAMU. And I just simply did not know about that. And then I actually looked it up and I studied it. I'm like, wow, this is a real condition that people are born with, but you have to do some real hard work to get your body to function correctly. And so I like to simplify things too. I like to just say the base root cause to TAMU is the bacteria. You got to get that bacteria in your gut to come down. And I don't know if you guys understand that you have two types of bacteria. You have a good bacteria, and that's what we need to be giving big ups to and feeding and making sure that we are making sure that our bodies are producing enough. And then you have the pathogenic bacteria, which causes disease, disorders, and odors. And so if you have a smell, that's saying that you have your bad bacteria, and you need both. Right? Babe?
Yeah, you do.
Are you like in the zone or something?
I'm in the zone. I'm in the zone.
I need my man here to say, yeah, something, because that's quiet as a mouse up in here.
I know. Okay, I hear you. I'm in the zone. I was actually just like focused on something. But yeah, definitely. You need good and bad bacteria. The good bacteria in your system actually helps to fight off the bad bacteria. Keep down the bad bacteria.
Okay, so
the good bacteria actually helps you to absorb nutrients better. So it's definitely a purpose for good bacteria. Yeah.
So, thank you, babe.
You're welcome.
How do you wean yourself from conventional medicine to holistic without putting your body in shock? That's an excellent question. And that's why I urge people to pay for the membership, because I would tell you to never just stop anything. And unfortunately, people feel like dealing with something naturally means not taking anything. No. Either you're going to deal with your condition through medicine, and let me get this straight with everyone who's watching. Food is medicine. I don't think you understand. It can be medicine, regardless of what's going on. I'm going to still refer to it as medicine. And then you have your synthetic medicines. Your synthetic medicines, to me, are the prescriptions. They work fast. If you have an infection and you need to take your antibiotics to get that together, and then once that has healed, then you need to go forth to do different things to keep it from coming back, which can be holistic. So that's why I say the two lives can mix, because things happen. They even teach us, like, I have a big, huge book I read from, and the first sentence they said is, if you just cut your arm off, holistic medicine is not going to help you, dear. You ain't going to come to me and say, Jedi, I chopped my finger off. No, you're going to go to the emergency room. You're going to let them do what they do, give you your tetanus shot and do all of that, sew that thing back on. And then you're going to come to me and ask me how to help this thing heal fast. That's what you're going to do. So, to the woman who said that is, how do you wean? It depends on what you're weaning from. Are you weaning off of birth control? Are you weaning off of... I don't know you to tell you to wean off of it, because I don't know your lifestyle. Everybody can't do what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you have to
it's
have
discipline.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's discipline. So when you come on my videos, it's not about me telling you what to do. I know you guys watch a lot of people out there who just tell you stuff. That's not me. Thank you so much. You too. Thank you so much for that donation. And I pray it comes back to you 3 times. Because you guys that's giving donations, you guys don't have to. You guys are just like, you're donating, and I don't know what to say, but it's awesome. Thank you so much. So if you have an odor and you want to solve that problem, first and foremost, what I would tell you is I would say to lower your sugar intake. And this is when the views start getting low.
Yeah.
That's when people start leaving.
But you got to keep going, Jenna. You got to tell them.
You have to lower your sugar intake. I don't know how many things of sugar I eat. I'm very little. And if I do eat sugar, it's like from maybe fruit, and even that. Like, some people feel like eating healthy is eating a whole bunch of fruit. No, because fruit has a lot of sugar in it. If you have any type of odors, I would stay away from fruit. I went years without eating fruit. Am I suggesting you to do that? No. I'm just telling you what I did. I went years without eating anything sweet. And it kind of healed my pancreas. It kind of healed me. I was getting numbers, because I dealt with type 2 diabetes. I was getting numbers in the 4s and the 500s. And I helped my body without insulin. I've never taken insulin in my life. When I went to the doctors, they told me you're diabetic. My A1C, I think at the time, was 9. I've talked to people whose A1C is 13. Woo! I don't know how you guys did it, because 9 nearly killed me. And so now my A1C is under 6, which is awesome. But I live a very, very strict life. It's no other way. Restrictive, strict, whatever you want to call it. And it's not about weight loss. People think that, if you eat a certain way, you should look a certain way. That only works to a certain degree. That's why I always say people should not eat healthy just to lose weight. You should eat healthy. You should eat according to how you would like to feel. And I know a lot of you guys' diets are horrible, and you guys feel horrible. And you guys, what you do is you take over-the-counter things. You take your acetaminophen and things like that to keep you from having pain and things like that, which is not the best. Yeast infections, guys. Oh my gosh. I've had 2 in my 40 years. I don't like them. And I always wanted to figure out, why did I get them? And a lot of people feel like you get yeast infections because you're a woman. Who in here feels like you get a yeast infection because that's just what women do? Say me. Honestly. That's what they teach us. Just like they teach us that a woman should have an odor. It's okay. As long as it's not too much. Let's see. That makes no sense because everybody is different. What one can do, another might not. What makes no sense?
But I don't think she was talking to you. They're talking to someone else within the chat. Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Guys, reply back to the person because I don't know if you're talking to me or not.
Yeah, it shows it's a reply. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sorry because they didn't tell me that on my end. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. But yeah, yeast infections. Oh my goodness. So let's talk about. Y'all want to talk about yeast infections real quick? Go ahead and hit the heart buttons if you want to go ahead and talk about yeast infections. I never had a yeast infection and never had odors unless I use soap. I haven't used that in years. Well, what the heck are you in here for? I ain't talking to you. You're not going to buy a membership. You're not going to share. I don't even know why you commented. See? It's people like that that makes my job worth not doing. Why are you here? Okay. Who in here What, are you just visiting me? You just here?
I mean,
it's because I look like Mother Hubbard.
You know, I think it's because you're living the way that, or similar, like, they understand where you're coming from because they're living possibly a similar life. They're trying to live healthy as well.
Oh, no.
So it's like positive reinforcement.
Yeah, I mean, I'm preaching to the choir with her. She already knows this information. She has never had a yeast infection. I cover you. In Jesus' name, may she never have one. Because the thing about it is, they're terrible. They are, they're embarrassing. My very first one, to be honest, my husband found it first. Not going to tell you how he found it. But I've been married for 18 years. You should know. It was the most embarrassing thing. I remember like it was yesterday. I was 20-something years old, and my husband was like, what is all of this paper towel-looking stuff? Because it looked like paper towels. It looked like if you shaved off paper towels or something, and the little beads are in there. It was just all over. I said, what the heck? I wasn't itching. I didn't have an odor. Not that I know of. Because when I got a yeast infection, I didn't have odors.
No.
I don't. No. All women don't have odors. In fact, yeast infections don't have odors usually. They may smell like baking bread. Don't ask me how I know that. But anyway, and so he found that. And, I solved the problem and things like that. I got the Monistat. I'm a woman just like you. And back then, it was when it was all messy and stuff. You had the 7 vials and all that. It was whatever. And then a few weeks later, I remember the meal that I had. I had some chicken and waffles. This is when chicken and waffles first started to bump and jump, And I had some chicken and waffles, and I started to itch. And I said, oh, my gosh, I think I'm having a yeast infection again. I think it's brewing. And I never touched sugar again, and I didn't have another one. And then I think the second one that I got was from stress. And stress is like the equivalency of eating a whole cake. My body deals with stress like I've eaten a whole bunch of sugar. And that's another video, guys. Stress in and of itself is horrible. But yeah, let's talk about yeast infection. So I talked about the infection itself, and then let's talk about the yeast. So sometimes women, you get rid of the infection, but you never get rid of the yeast. And you have to become one with yourself. A lot of us, you don't even know that you're producing yeast because you don't examine yourself. Examine yourself. If you go to a doctor who is a complete stranger, who is not your husband, who is not your nobody, but just your person who is telling you what's going on down there. If you can do that, you can prop your leg up and take your cell phone and take a picture. Right? Right?
Yeah, definitely.
Be one with yourself. If you can allow someone else to look at you, you can look at yourself every day. And that's basically what I suggest to you women, to take a picture of yourself. Of course, once you take the picture, delete it real quick. Delete it. Delete it out your trash can if you have an iPhone. Okay? But I'm just saying, like, delete it. And then if everything should be, to be honest, no matter what culture you are in, it should be no white down there. It should be as pink as bubble gum. Okay? Anything else is suspect. You shouldn't have an odor. You shouldn't have any thickening, like thick goo down there. It shouldn't have a smell. It shouldn't really have a color. Everything should be clear. If it's not doing that, you have a problem. And stop taking this boric acid. That boric acid is ugh. And if it works for you, more than likely you don't need it. Okay? Boric acid, don't do it. I don't care. I don't suggest boric acid. I don't suggest yoni pearls, whatever they're calling it. Steaming, all of that. I'm just afraid of doing any of that to the, I call it bush gardens. Okay? That's what we call it. Right? We call it bush gardens. Does anybody have any questions or concerns?
Australia.
Let's see. I have, as a type 2 diabetic, that's my greatest fear. What's her greatest fear? I read that 30 minutes later.
Yeast infection.
Yeah. And a lot of, to be honest, a lot of the medicines that they give to people who have type 2 diabetes causes yeast infections. You get what I'm saying? They cause yeast infections. And everything I've said, you can actually research yourself. I'm not talking just to talk. I know this. And so, with that being said.
Okay, so tell them about the special that we're giving. It's what, $40 a year, which is like.
Oh, you're telling them.
Yeah. Okay, guys. The special that we're offering on My Holistic Counselor is $40 a year, which is like less than $4 a month. But you pay it all at one time. You don't pay it on a monthly basis.
Right.
It's all at one time. $40 and you're good for a whole year.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have a membership to a community of people who have similar problems to yourself. And you get to chat with Jenna one-on-one, right? And, you get started. And you get daily alerts and messages on things that would be beneficial to you.
So
did I miss anything?
No.
Okay.
Somebody asked about probiotics. What about probiotics? Because the fact that you're asking them is telling me you already know about them. So what would you like me to say about probiotics? Probiotics are very important for everyone. Okay? But what would you like me to say? She said, what about probiotics? What about them? I take a lot of probiotics. I take probiotics as well. I'm at that age and at that stage that I need that.
But they're not all equal.
No, they're not. And so, thank you. And that's why I would never suggest what probiotic to take on here. I would do that privately, and things like that. Does anybody else have any questions or concerns? I'd like to say a special thank you to all of the people who have donated during this video. Thank you so much.
Thank you guys. You guys are so awesome.
Yes. Also, to everyone who has shared a comment or asked a question or hit the heart buttons or anything or shared this video, thank you so much, guys. You guys help me out. You help us out when you do that. Okay? Does anybody have any other questions? So I think I touched on that. I said no sugar. I said no red meat.
Okay. Did anyone follow us on Amazon? If you followed us on Amazon, just type up I followed you.
Yes, because if you follow the Amazon, I talk about products that I use. General things that I do that if you purchase them, I know would be beneficial and not harming. That's what I take on there. That's what I do on there. So if you're into this content, but you want more of like products, I do Amazon as well. So you can actually follow there. You're welcome, guys. So is that like a concurrence? Everyone is here to say that a woman should not smell like fish. You should never, I don't care, not even during your menstrual cycle, your period, I should say, when you're menstruating, you definitely should not have an odor at that time either. And I know people are like, what? Of course you're going to have some type of situation going on. You should have more like of an iron smell, because that's what hemorrhaging, blood is iron. You should have iron, and you're losing a lot of iron during that time. So during that time, ladies, you may want to up your iron. I'm not going to tell you to take an iron supplement, because I don't do that. I just up my greens. I up my leafy greens and things like that, which has iron in it. So I kind of treat myself kind of sort of like a vegetarian during my cycle. Would you guys want me to like tell you my diet during my menstruation? Because I'm 40. Is my cycles at 40 are totally different when they were 20. Oh my gosh, my cycles have totally changed. I didn't tell you that. But my cycles have totally changed now that I've been 40.
Yeah.
It's like it's totally different, but in a good way.
Oh,
okay.
Good.
So if you guys want me to actually talk about the diet and how you should actually eat when you're menstruating, guys, hit the heart buttons if you want me to do that. Right now. I'll do it real quick. Yeah, some people say their cycles are terrible at 40. Well, it's probably because of the lifestyle you're living. It is what it is. I have within my from 35 to 40. At 35, I had to change my ways even more. Like every 5 years, my body's changing. I'm getting a lot of hearts. Okay, so during your menstrual cycle, especially women, if you're hemorrhaging a lot, like you're going through a lot of sanitary napkins and you're flooding your clothes and things like that, that is a sign that something is just not good, okay? And so what I do is I treat myself kind of like a vegetarian at that time. I do eat meat, but I don't eat red meat at all. Like I don't, that's just something I don't eat at all anyway. But to the people who do eat red meat, I would say stop eating red meat maybe 2 or 3 days before your cycle. Before your menstruation starts, because the red meat will cause you to have heavier hemorrhaging, okay? Drink lots of water, because blood is water. If you are a woman who gets very, very tired during your period, like you're tired, you get circles under your eyes, you feel like you're just drained, that is an indicator that you could be dehydrated. Well, you're going to be dehydrated if you hemorrhage heavy, because water or blood is like 70% water. Like we're 70% water. So I drink a lot of water during that time. It helps with bloating and all of that. I also do some other things, guys, that I only would tell my people who are in the group. I do that. But I think I've done enough. I've just told you to stop the red meat, also dairy during that time. Don't eat it at all. And then maybe some women may be listening to this and saying, well, I crave all of that during that time. Well, when you're craving something, it's saying that you're missing something, okay? Just understand your body is going to crave what you give it usually. If it knows that you're going to eat it, it's going to tell you to eat it. Even if you don't eat it. Like, I haven't had beef in years, and I still be like, ooh, I had to look at a cheesesteak and be like, ooh, that looks good, but I know I'm not supposed to eat it. But I'm on another level here. I have a different mental connection with this holistic life. So I get it, and everyone is not able to do that. So what I do is I had to do the research. Like, I crave chocolate. But if you crave chocolate a lot, it's really saying you're low in magnesium. Okay? So you need to do other things to basically help the fact that you're about to go into this 7 days of war. And it's all about keeping your head above water, if you will, with that. Because a lot of women go through a lot, okay? I'm 40, and I'm like, ugh. I've been menstruating since I was 10 years old. I got my first menstrual period at 10. That's sad. What the heck? did my mother give me at 10 for my cycle to come on? I know.
So
Hot
early.
dogs.
Yeah.
Hot dogs. My mom was a single mom, honey. She was giving me the typical hot dogs, noodles, ice cream. You know, this is back in 1990. Nobody knew about this.
No.
You know? So food is very serious. So during your cycle, don't eat salty foods. Try not to. I have a little salty taste, and I do solve it. Yes, I do. Trust me. But I do other things to counteract it.
Yes,
You know?
you do have a sweet tooth and a salty taste too. So
You got yours at 14. That's normal.
Yeah, that's normal.
That's
you would
normal.
think, yeah.
You know, but 10, that's not normal.
No, that's early.
That's very early. And I know somebody gonna be like, well, I know a girl got her cycle at 7, and
That's real early.
okay, because you know,
That is super early. But I think that's normal.
how do we use the holistic? Yeah, the holistic method is not
Okay.
like that's
Join the community.
yeah. Look, holistic method. Oh my gosh, she said, how do we use it at menopause? Well,
Yeah.
holistic is one thing about holistic is this. It's not the same for everyone. So that's why I love, like, you know, unfortunately, if a woman has fibroids or she has heavy periods, those two women are given birth control. If you have diabetes and high blood pressure, you're given the same medications when those medications may not be for that person. My point is this. What's good for me may not be good for you, but it's going to be aligned herbal therapies. It's going to be food, and it's going to be some other things that you must do to help you through a stage of life, which is called menopause. Okay? And there's another stage called perimenopause, which is what 40-year-olds and 45-year-olds and stuff go through, which is this proportion before. And so I've been doing research on menopause since I was 27 years old because I was always like wondering, does everybody go through menopause? Well, in some cultures, there is no word for menopause, especially in the Asian community. Don't know about that now because that's, I'm not going to get into all that. But menopause is something that is pushed on us to make us feel like, oh, we have to go through these horrendous situations. And we don't. You don't have to go through the night sweats. You don't have to go through all of that if you understood how things work. So the thing about it is when we go through menopause, your ovaries start to shut down a little bit, and then it has to go through our same kind of hormones, or our same little vibe has to go through another thing called the adrenal glands. And so the adrenals are right above your kidneys. And so when things start to shift, then your body has to get used to that. And a lot of us, to be honest, by the time we get to 50 years old, we have been already dealing with our adrenal glands, and then they become very, very taxed and burnt out. So when you need your adrenal glands to kick in, that's when you get the menopause symptoms, because your backup has been burnt out since your 30s. And there you go. So if you want to learn how to not burn out those adrenals and keep them to where they're going to support you when you need them in your 50s, 60s, and 70s, guys, join the Linktree, guys. I am gotta get out of here, guys. Thank you so much. Make sure you're following the page. Also, if you want to know about my YouTube, it's My Holistic Counselor on YouTube. I'm also on TikTok, Jenna Loves Health. Go ahead and follow me there. I do little videos there as well. Hope this has helped you out, guys. Keep asking your questions, because I do come back in the replays and I answer questions. I also hit you up in your inboxes too.
Oh, when they fill out the form on that, you can actually contact them, right? So when they sign in to My Holistic Counselor, you can actually contact them. And you guys could talk through email.
Yeah, so if you guys love this video, please hit the heart buttons. Let me see those hearts flood up my screen. That means it was beneficial to you. That lets me know that. Oh, honey, you're going to get me in trouble. Legally, I can't even talk about that. Yep, I can't even talk about that. Nope. You can hit me up on my YouTube. Actually, my husband and I, we just made a video of that. That was actually just put 2 videos. So it's the video before the last one. And we were kind of sort of talking about that. But I could never talk about that on here. No. You won't get me with that banana in the tailpipe.